Hi, I'm Kate from the Little Library Kitchen, and today I'm cooking boiled eggs and pesto soldiers from Call Me By Your Name by Andre Ackerman. The book is set in the Italian Riviera during the 80s. It is a love story between two men who fall in love when Oliver comes to stay with Elio's family over the summer, and then what happens in the years after that. It is quite filthy, yeah. It's full of sex, and it's full of sex eventually, but even before it's full of sex, it's full of a 17-year-old boy's head where he's thinking pretty much predominantly about sex and about complicated feelings around sex. It's not just sex, but this sort of feeling of being completely hopelessly attracted to somebody when your experience before that is of fancying people and doing something about it and it being fine. And this is suddenly an overwhelming, all-consuming passion for somebody who you're not sure fancies you back. And so it is quite a sort of, you spend the whole book in Elio's head, and he is always thinking about what is it to be that into somebody. So the book is full of delicious Italian food. The family have this amazing cook who's always doing brilliant pastas and dishes and bringing out chocolate cakes covered in raspberries. And the whole book is set in this amazing villa that has peach trees and apricot trees through the garden, and they drink apricot juice for breakfast every morning. And it is incredibly evocative in terms of the tastes and the smells that would have been there. It reminded me of how, for days, he had refused to eat soft-boiled eggs in the morning. By the fourth or fifth day, Mafalda insisted he couldn't leave the region without tasting our eggs. He finally consented, only to admit, with a touch of genuine embarrassment that he never bothered to conceal, that he didn't know how to open a soft-boiled egg. From that morning on, and well into his stay with us, she would bring Oliva 2 eggs and stop serving everyone until she had sliced open the shell of both of his eggs. Did he perhaps want a third? She asked. Some people liked more than 2 eggs. No, 2 would do, he replied, and turning to my parents added, I know myself. If I have 3, I'll have a 4th and more. I had never heard someone his age say, I know myself. It intimidated me. Soft-boiled eggs are one of my favourite things to eat for breakfast, and I love them with soldiers. You can cook them sort of for any time you like, obviously. I tend to go for a 3.5-minute egg if I'm having a soft-boiled egg. So get the water to boil first so that you can really judge how much time the egg has been in the water for. Lower them in when the water starts boiling, and then time 3.5 minutes. Run them under cold water, and you'll have an egg that is completely runny in the yolk, only just set in the white around the yolk, and then set in the white around the outside. The Italian Riviera is known for pesto. It's one of the regions where pesto is a really big deal. You can make pesto with pretty much any soft green leaf. Because this is the Italian Riviera, I'm doing it really classically with basil and with pine nuts and with parmesan. The pesto is blitzed up or chopped up, or however you want to do it. If I'm at home and feeling particularly ambitious, I might do it with a mortar and pestle, but most of the time I get out my little mini blender and do it in that. If you haven't read it, I would recommend reading it like on holidays in the sun, because it is such a genuine feeling through the whole book, is this sense that everything is sun-dappled and hot and languid, and that you spend afternoons doing nothing because it's just too warm. And I think that it's a perfect book to read on holiday because of that.